How did Rome fall? When people think about the fall of Rome, they usually picture barbarian invasions, collapsing legions, or emperors poisoned through palace intrigues. But here's the truth. Empires don't usually fall from the outside, they collapse from within. And one of the biggest reasons behind that collapse is, you guessed it, money. Rome didn't just fall because of wars or corruption. Its currency collapsed. And the lessons from that story still matter today. Because the crisis that hit ancient Rome is, in many ways, a reflection of the world we live in right now. Rome's economy was built on silver. For centuries, Rome's economic power was built on a silver coin called the denarius. First minted in 211 BC, it was almost pure silver. Soldiers were paid with it, merchants used it in trade, and regular people saved their wealth in it. Back then, the denarius wasn't just a coin. It was a symbol of trust in the Roman Empire, but running an empire is no small task. You have to pay the soldiers, build roads, fund wars. Eventually, the money started running out, and instead of raising taxes, which nobody likes, the emperors chose another path. They reduced the silver content in the coins. In other words, they started quietly devaluing the currency. At first, it wasn't that noticeable, but over time, people started to catch on. During Emperor Augustus's reign, 27 BC to 14 AD, the denarius was about 95% pure silver. By the time of Caracalla, it dropped to 50%. Under Gallienus, it was less than 5%. The coins still looked silver on the outside, but inside they were mostly bronze. As you can imagine, people noticed this change. What used to cost one denarius now cost dozens. Inflation exploded. Soldiers demanded higher pay. Merchants stopped accepting the cheap coins and started asking for gold or bartering goods directly. When people stopped trusting the money, the whole system started falling apart. The 3rd century. The slow collapse. Between 235 and 284 AD, Rome entered a full-blown crisis. Invasions, plagues, civil wars, emperors rising and falling one after another. Behind all the chaos, the core problem was the economy. When money stopped working, taxes couldn't be collected, armies couldn't be funded, and trade dried up. One emperor, Diocletian, tried to stop the bleeding. In 301 AD, he issued the edict on maximum prices, setting fixed prices for thousands of goods. Anyone who didn't follow the rules faced death. But of course that didn't solve the problem. Why? Because the money had already lost its value. People ignored the rules. The black market exploded, supplies vanished from the shelves. Eventually, Rome abandoned the silver denarius altogether. During Emperor Constantine's reign, a new gold coin called the solidus was introduced. It was strong and stable, and lasted for centuries in the Eastern Roman Byzantine Empire. But for the Western Empire, it was too late. The system had already collapsed. Rome thought it could fool the people. It couldn't. They thought they could just keep minting coins and no one would notice. But people always notice. Today's governments are making the same mistakes, printing money, manipulating interest rates, inflating debt away. And who ends up paying the price? Ordinary people, every time. History repeats itself. Germany. After World War I, they tried to fix the economy by printing more money. By 1923, people were carrying their wages home in wheelbarrows. Zimbabwe. In the 2000s, the government printed money like crazy. By 2008, inflation hit 89.7 sextillion%. Eventually, people gave up on their own currency and started using US dollars instead. So, no, this isn't just a Rome problem. Wherever governments mess with money, the outcome is always the same. Today's crisis is global. Today, things are even more dangerous, because this time, it's not just one country. The entire world is running on fiat currencies. That means money is no longer backed by anything real, just trust. Trillions are being printed. Debt is exploding. Inflation is creeping in quietly. And here's the scary part. Those who own real assets, land, gold, factories, they'll be fine. But the average person living on a fixed salary or a retirement check, they're the ones who will get crushed. Here's the bottom line. Inflation isn't an accident. It's a policy choice. Real wealth isn't found in paper. It's in land, production, and skill. Don't blindly trust the system. Nothing is permanent. The Roman people never imagined their coins would one day become worthless. Neither did the Germans or the Zimbabweans. But it happened. And today, the same thing is unfolding. Money still exists, but it's being hollowed out. And when your money loses value, it's not just your wallet that suffers. Entire societies unravel. Final thought. History might not repeat word for word, but if you don't learn from it, it will hit you just the same. Rome's